Hey, it's Seth from Citizens Disability. Today, I'm going to tell you what you need to know about applying for Social Security disability insurance benefits in the Magnolia State, Mississippi. Every state's different. That's obvious and everyone knows it. But what's less obvious, what most folks don't know, is that applies to Ssdi claims, or Social Security Disability Insurance claims, as well. Because of the way the Social Security Administration structures this process, the state you live in can have a real effect on an applicant's waiting times and on their likelihood of winning their benefits at each step of the process. We track this data pretty closely. We've updated our numbers as we do every year in February, so this Mississippi data is certified fresh for 2021. Now, as you may know from watching some of our other videos, and there's plenty of them, there's basically 3 steps in the Ssdi application process. There's the initial application, reconsideration, and the hearing. Now, those first 2 steps, the initial application and reconsideration, are handled at the state level by state-run disability determination services, who work on behalf of the Social Security Administration and follow all the same rules and all the same regulations. As you can see from this chart coming in from the right, over the past year in Mississippi, about 30.6%, that's 30.6% of initial applications for Ssdi benefits were approved. And you can see how that compares here to the national average of 38.4%. It's a difference of 7.8% behind that national average. You can also see how Mississippi has done over the years going back to 2010. And we can see that although Mississippi has been improving over the last 4 years or so, they're still trailing that national average. And as we made this video in February 2021, Mississippi ranks 50th in the nation in terms of the rate of approvals at the initial level. Over 2 out of every 3 initial applications for Ssdi benefits are being denied in Mississippi. Now, if those odds make you a little bit worried, thinking about your own potential claim, yeah, it's understandable, but there's no reason to panic. First reason not to panic is there's people like us here at Citizens Disability, specialized disability advocates who can help with the application process to improve a claimant's chances of success at every stage of the process. And if you want to see how an advocate could help with your claim, no problem, click this little banner up here in the top right. You can watch a video all about it. Second reason not to panic is that being denied at initial application doesn't have to be the end of the road. That's because when people get denied at initial application, typically they're going to appeal that denial. They're going to ask for reconsideration, or recon as we call it. Reconsideration is also handled at the state level, and as this chart coming in from the right will show you, it is actually pretty rare for people to get approved at reconsideration. You can see that's reflected here in both the Mississippi data and the national data. Mississippi, with an approval rate of 8.8%, is a hefty chunk below the national average of 13.7%. Again, you can see how Mississippi has done going back over the last 10 years. We see that Mississippi has continued to significantly trail the national average, dropping nearly 5% below. Overall, in 2021 so far, Mississippi is ranking last in the nation in terms of approvals at reconsideration. Now, the majority of people who apply for Ssdi benefits in the entire United States will have to go to that 3rd stage of the process called the hearing, and that's definitely going to be true for Mississippi as well. We have a ton of information on our website and other videos here on YouTube all about the hearing if you want to get all the details. You can even see what a hearing is actually like. Just click the little banner up there in the top right. Short version, if you've been denied at reconsideration, you're going to appeal that denial and you're going to go to a hearing in front of an administrative law judge who works for the Social Security Administration at the federal level. This is another area where all the states are very, very different. Most states have at least one, but usually several SSA hearing locations throughout the state. Each individual office has their own waiting times and their own approval rates. And in this chart coming in from the right, we can see how Mississippi fares on average across all of their offices against the national average for approval rates at hearing. And it looks like through 2020 and into 2021 so far, Mississippi is coming in at 43.1% on average. Compare that here to the national average of 51.1%. Mississippi is ranking 39th in the nation. Now, when you appeal and ask for a hearing, it can take a pretty long time for that hearing to actually happen. You should know that. When it comes to hearing waiting times for Mississippi, you can see them here in blue. We have the national average of 11.4 months of waiting times before the hearing. And we can see that across the state, the average is 10.5 months, better than the national average. As you can see, there's more than one hearing office in Mississippi, and you can see that the shortest waiting time in the state is at the Hattiesburg office with a waiting time of 8.5 months, and the longest waiting time in the state is Jackson with a waiting time of 11.8 months. All but one office in Mississippi is below or better than that national average, and the Jackson office, which is the one that's behind, isn't all that far behind. You can also see that each office has its own approval rates. Those are the red bars. And in looking at the 2020 data leading into 2021, we can see that the best situation is in Tupelo with an approval rate of 55.6%, not too shabby. Things are less rosy looking, though, over at the Hattiesburg office with a rate of 35.5%. And we can see that Tupelo is the only office in Mississippi that has a higher average than the national average. And so therefore we can see that Mississippi as a whole is currently trailing the national average by about 8%. So when we take all this data into consideration, we can see that Mississippi ranks, as we had said earlier, 39th in the nation for approval rates at hearing, and for hearing waiting times, Mississippi, doing a little better, ranks 12th in the nation. Now, the important thing to remember here is that these waiting times that we're talking about for Mississippi and for these individual offices, those are average waiting times. Some folks may get their hearings quicker than these average times, but some folks are going to have to wait longer, sometimes even a lot longer than these average numbers that we're showing you. Now, we have a lot more data about Mississippi at our website, www.citizensdisability.com. You can check it out. Come visit us and click on our state-by-state page. Click into your state. We update our data every year so you can stay current on what's happening and have up-to-date information at your fingertips. Now, if you're thinking about applying for SSDI benefits, no matter where you are in the country, we strongly encourage you to please get help from a disability advocate, like us here at Citizens Disability, or a local specialist attorney. Especially after looking at these approval rate numbers for Mississippi, initial recon and hearing, you want to have the best possible chance at getting approved. That's what an advocate can help you with. At Citizens Disability, we've been helping regular folks all across America apply for and win their SSDI benefits, and we've been doing it for over a decade. No advocacy group is more aggressive than we are, and no one handles more cases per year than we do. Now, if you'd like to see if we can help you, no problem. Just come visit us. Again, it's www.citizensdisability.com, or just call us at the number on the screen. Hey, thanks for watching our video about applying for SSDI benefits in the Magnolia State, Mississippi. If you liked what you saw here and you want to see more, hey, do us a favor. Hit that subscribe button down there and ring the bell so that you can get a notification whenever we publish more videos. And also, please tell us what you think down there in the comments section. Hey, we got a ton of content on the SSDI process, how it all works, and how we can help you. So please feel free to explore both at our website and here on YouTube. I hope I see you again soon for another video. Until then, I'll just say thanks for watching, and of course, have a great day.